Good Morning Night Vale is brought to you by The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine, a new independently produced and crowdfunded 10-episode original audio drama. Set in a deceptively familiar world of electronic surveillance and machine-mediated communication, The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine follows Lydia Ryan and her friends, lovelorn Ethan and wannabe internet sensation Dee, as they struggle to unravel the mystery of her mother's disappearance. Escape the sinister Fontaine family, and survive the feud over her grandfather's supernatural legacy. It weaves bitter family drama and high-stakes intrigue with fantasy and cyberpunk elements to create a surreal mystery about secrets and grudges, old books, big data, and the promise of infinite knowledge. And do not forget the talking birds. It's a full-cast production with original music and a bespoke soundscape presented through a series of found-footage-style surveillance recordings. And it's important to note, this show was made entirely without generative AI. Even the computers are voiced by human actors. Episodes are free, and you can start listening right now with the Season 1 finale due to come out on August 16th. For more information, go to lydiadisappears.com. and find The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine wherever you get your podcasts and start listening from the beginning.
Insurance isn't one size fits all, and shopping for it shouldn't feel like squeezing into something that just doesn't fit. That's why drivers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they show you options that fit your budget. Enough hunting for discounts, trying to calculate rates, and tinkering with coverages. Maybe you're picking out your very first policy, or maybe you're just looking for something that works better for you and your family. Either way, they make it simple to see your options. No guesswork, no surprises. Ready to see how easy and fun shopping for car insurance can be? Visit Progressive.com and give the Name Your Price tool a try. Take the stress out of shopping and find coverage that fits your life, on your terms. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Kill it with kindness.
And if that fails, kill it with sharp sticks or knives.
Good morning, Night Vale! Hello, everybody. I'm your friend Hal.
And I'm your bestie, Symphony.
And I am your romantic friend with benefit, Meg.
Ooh.
And we are members of the cast of the hit popular podcast, Welcome to Night Vale. And we're here today to talk about episode 72 of that podcast because we feel it's important to sit down, gather around, and talk about the things that we like and that are important to us. And today, this current day in time is October the 1st, and it is 10:41 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a Thursday, and I had huevos rancheros for dinner.
Oh, that sounds really good.
Oh, that's good. I made a tomato and turkey thing that I had some of, and I didn't season it enough, but I'm kind of digging that. I'm not going to season it anymore.
And I had a Korean-style, like gochujang salmon with rice and Brussels sprouts. And this episode's description is, chanting dancers keep the town up all night. Plus, a seance at Dark Owl Records, traffic congestion in downtown, and a fireworks spectacular. Let's talk about it.
For sure. I want to talk about, we didn't talk about it in the last episode, but I want to talk about it in this episode, is that we have new theme music.
That was at the top of my list.
Yeah, we're fresh into the Mando Bando theme music by Disparition. Disparition, I think at this point in the game, I don't know if he was solicited to make a new intro or was like, hey, can I do a new intro? And here we are today with this new intro, which features the mandolin, which is what he was using. He had started using that as his touring instrument and kind of taught himself how to play the mandolin to make things easier to tour.
So talented.
So he wouldn't have to tour with like a weighted 88 keyboard, which is just a beast to plow through the world.
Yeah, and especially on planes and whatnot, and have to carry that and break it down every night and put it up and have a stand for it and all that stuff is a pain in the booty. And I remember that there was a little bit of drama over it. Like people were shocked by the change in the music, but I dig it.
I think why not?
Right?
You know?
Yeah. It took me by surprise, for sure. I was like, what? Just because I've gotten so... Yeah, exactly. That's you know how I declare surprise at everything. I think it just... I'm so used to... That music has become so iconic to me that even that opening, that... Like that, those things are so iconic that when it switches, you're like, it just... It shook me up for a second. But it's great. And John is brilliant and so talented. And it's just, it's not that you don't like it. It's just, I think people by and large as a group are not into change if it's something they like.
Sure.
The things they like do not have to change. They don't like change for change's sake. So because they have no idea why it happens, and because these fans feel such an ownership of the material and such a closeness to it, then, of course, that's going to cause a little controversy. And did I say controversy?
Controversy.
It's going to cause some controversy.
Controversy.
You're right. I think that the impulse is to, like, fear the new, hate the, and because you fear the new, say you don't like the new.
Right.
Right.
For me, I love when things get shaken up, especially because it's like not like the original Night Vale theme went away forever and you're never going to hear it ever again. It's still on all those other episodes. It's just like, let's try something new. Let's play around with an existing thing and maybe find a new appreciation for the old thing by learning about and enjoying a new thing.
That's right. If you love something, let it go. And that's it.
So if you love something, let it go.
Let it go.
You don't want to hang on too tight.
Because I said so.
Because I said so. Let it go, put it down, drop it.
I said drop it.
Put it down.
Drop it.
Drop it.
I just have spent a couple days with my 3-year-old nephew, so I definitely was like, put it down. We don't touch that. We do not touch that. Put that down. Why are you touching that?
Oh, my goodness.
There's something about being a 3-year-old that it's just like whatever their impulse is, it's like always to touch the most dangerous causing thing. They're like either the thing that's going to fuck up your world the most or is the most dangerous thing for them to interact with. And I'm like, I don't even know how you're finding this stuff. Like, we're in your room. Like,
right. Where did you get those wires from?
But it's the coolest thing. It's the coolest possible thing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Like the most dangerous thing is shiny and sharp. It's got a good shape.
I looked away for like a second and I looked back and he had a pen and he was about to draw on the wall. And I was like, we were in the same room together. I was looking at you. Didn't even look, where did you get a pen from? And why is your impulse to just go right to the wall with it? Like,
look, why did we all put pennies in our mouths as kids?
Because they tasted weird.
Because they tasted weird. You wanted to see what it tasted like, and then it tasted weird. You're like, look, as long as nobody else sees, I'm going to put this penny in my mouth.
That's another thing with the 3-year-olds. How many times did I say we don't put that in our mouth? We don't. That's not, we only put food and toothbrushes in our mouth, right? Only food and toothbrushes. So many things. Like, why are you biting the sofa?
That tactile response is wild.
Yeah. All children are on ecstasy. That's why.
Yeah.
They just want to taste and touch everything. Yeah. They're rolling hard and deep.
Maybe that's what's going on with these weird chanter people. Wah, wah, wah. Wah, wah, wah.
You kind of get into it, though, right? You kind of get into well of night. Well of night.
Well of life. Well of night.
Night.
Are either of you susceptible to groupthink or cult lifestyles?
We, I feel like we've talked about this on tour before. And there have been some people that have toured with us that are more susceptible to the cult mind think. But I am just so not a group person in general. Like, I like to do my own thing. And I'm not giving up all of my money or contact with my family or whatever that separates you from them to bring you into a cult. And I don't want my hair to grow into my head, like back into my head, or my eyes to seal over with skin.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that's what happens in every cult, no?
It's part of all of them. It's part of the initiation. When you come into, they're like, "Hello, welcome to the cult. Your hair is going to go back into your head, and your eyes, you're going to have skin eyes. I hope that's okay. You signed a waiver. Too bad." I don't think I'm susceptible to that stuff either. I think I'm naturally suspicious.
Yeah.
That somebody is trying to grift me at all times and all ways. And that has served me very well in terms of avoiding cults. So, like, how can you promise even if it's a doctor, like, how can you promise that some pill is going to cure my fever? Whatever, doctor. I'm on to you.
In quotations, you're like, doctor.
Just every single thing. Oh, I see. Our flight is taking off momentarily. Sure, that's what you want all these people to think. I know the truth is out there.
Question everything. Cecil Palmer is particularly susceptible to groupthink and cults.
Yeah.
I feel like he always gets swept into it. Like, it always becomes the thing where it's like, damn it, Cecil, every time. You're supposed to question these things. Personally, I don't know. I do question things a lot, but also, like, I feel like the theater company that I was in for 10 years, like, definitely had some groupthinky cult stuff to it.
Sure.
So
Okay.
not like, I don't know. I mean, think you could break it down. What is a cult? It's like you have agreed upon rules, you have an agreed upon sort of structure, and you spend a lot of time doing it, and there's like a community within it.
Oh.
Where you get branded and you have sex with the leader of it, and you give each other EMs, and then some people, it's really a referral kind of pyramid scheme, and that's how you make money. But then some people don't make any money, but you spend a lot of hours, and
You marry a guy named Nippy.
you marry Nippy, and then you're calling people master and using a chain emoji a lot, and it's, who hasn't?
Nexium.
Calorie count. May I eat this carrot? Ugh. I think I'm like 4 or 5 episodes. It's like too much. Like, I can't. At a certain point, watching a Jennifer, she's like, "I'm out. You watch the rest of this. I can't do it anymore." But I'm too.
You're too invested.
It's too, like, interesting to see, because we're talking about The Vow, for those of you who are not familiar, which was made in 2017. I think initially, when the first couple people left, one of whom was a filmmaker and wanted to document it, I guess for posterity. And then that got pitched to HBO, who greenlit it in 2019, which is the same year that, what's his name? The guy who's at the head of all
Keith
of it.
Raniere.
Thank you. Keith Raniere.
Vanguard.
And Vanguard, who's the Vanguard, who's at the head of Nexium, and Allie, whatever her name is, from Smallville. That was the same year they were arrested. It was last year that all this stuff happened. And it's a fascinating look. It's a lot of you see that guy play volleyball. There's no way. I look at it. I'm like, there's no way. How could it possibly be? I can't imagine anybody holding that much sway in my life. If I like people, I'm a people pleaser, and I definitely want them to be happy, and I will go along with things, but not to that level.
Right.
No one's ever going to get in the way of me and my calories.
No.
You're
never going to restrict what I'm going to eat, or tell me I can't hang out with someone, or that some people are bad people, or like whatever. Like, I make my own decisions about those things. And I don't know. I just really can't go along with people like, don't tell me what to do. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't even do that with the regular church. So I definitely can't do it with some random dude in a field.
Yeah.
That's what I imagine all cults are like. You just live in a field.
Yeah. Well, this one is like kind of like low budget Scientology. It's like whenever you see it, it's always like they're in like the most rinky dink, like, conference center at the Hampton Inn by the airport. Like, it's just like super low budget looking. And I'm like, how are people swayed by this? They're like, well, you're going to make lots of money. I'm like, but you're obviously not. Like, we're like,
right.
We're at the Hampton Inn by the airport.
They got those billionaire heiresses.
This isn't even the nicest Hampton Inn I've been to.
Yeah. They've thrown out a nicer Hampton Inns than this.
It's the kind where there's just like a pizza slice stuck to the wall randomly.
Like someone just went.
Yeah. Oh, that was put in by the construction crew right after they finished. We just never took it down.
It's actually part of the breakfast buffet.
Yeah, we're going to use his pizza rat's headstone if we can ever find him and kill him.
Fucking pizza rat.
Pizza Rat, very high ranking in Nexium. I assume. I haven't gotten to that episode yet.
Speaking of cults, Taylor Swift.
Yeah, 1879 though. I love this turn on it because I do find Taylor Swift to be like one of the most annoying ghosts that there is. And then
do you not like to I liked her, I haven't listened to Fable was the one that just came out.
She's got some good bops.
The one before, I loved that album, like track 1 all the way through track 12 or whatever, however many it is.
I just think she's like annoying as a person and a little bit problematic.
Did you watch her documentary? Did you watch, what is it, Miss Americana?
No.
I did watch it.
It definitely changed my mind about, I didn't really have an opinion about her, but after I watched it, I was like, oh, she's like really hardworking and is playing an important role in the future of music and the current zeitgeist of music. So I came around on T Swift. I never really was like, I got that T Swift. Like I heard some of her songs and I found them good. I had a couple downloaded, but I wasn't like, living and dying by the Swift. But I really liked the documentary. Again, I'm easily swayed into groupthink.
Well, she writes her own music. Like she was smart enough to be like, what I'm doing, like when she started is like, this isn't going to last forever. I'm going to make my money as a songwriter. Like that's who I'm going to be. But obviously she blew up. So it's an interest that you should watch it. It's pretty good.
That's interesting. That's what I'm saying. I have conflicting feelings about her. Like I think most of the time I'm like, okay, she's like kind of an innocuous figure of a person. And then other times I'm like annoyed by her because I just feel like there's a bit of tokenism in her feminism, which bothers me. But also I'm glad that she, as a person with a larger platform, gives voice and visibility to people that may not have that same platform or that people might not be exposed to.
Yeah.
That being said, she does have some bops, and I do like that she writes her songs. I thought it was cute that she put the one boyfriend on blast, but when you keep doing it, it bugs me a little bit. But I think that gets addressed in that. I'm gonna go and watch it. I'll be right back.
I'd say watch it. Yeah.
BRB. Yeah, especially you get to kind of watch her learning how to be an ally.
Okay.
Like asking, like, what can I do? How do I help? If I remember right.
Yeah, we sometimes forget that she's pretty young and also became famous pretty young. And that's just a whole environment that is not necessarily conducive to the most considered social stances and things like it's.
For sure.
She definitely had I know it's like, who doesn't want to be a world famous musician that is like very rich and famous, but it definitely was a rough ride for her coming up in the world. I think, yeah. I'm willing
to go with that point as well, just because I'm like, I know I did and said things that were probably really stupid when I was her age, when I was like young, and she had to do it. Like, I feel the same way about Justin Bieber, friggin' Miley Cyrus. I find them all annoying, but I also didn't grow up with my face plastered everywhere when I was like a teenager. You're going to say things, have experiences, try and find who you are as a person during these times. And doing that in front of the entire world has to be so difficult.
Yeah.
100%.
There was a microphone in front of me at 20. Oh my gosh. The dumb shit that would have come out of my mouth.
No kidding. Yeah, I'm grateful that social media came along when it did, because there's no way you wouldn't look like a moron.
Yeah.
At a young age. You're just dumb. You think you know a lot more than you do at every age that you are, but the younger you are, the worse it is, because you have so much more left to learn and experience.
True.
Yeah, like when Michelle Wynn says fly. She catches herself on that and really just like, you can feel that she's like, did I just use the word fly? I thought that was hilarious. Can we also talk about the Night Vale community players and their auditions for the fall production of David Mamet's Oleana.
I have to say, I'd prefer to see the version that Night Vale's going to do.
Oh, most definitely.
I feel like it's probably more entertaining and probably less annoying to watch.
I was going to say, speaking of fucking annoying and problematic.
You know what I used to hate? I still think maybe I don't like it as much. I don't like modernizing, because this is real. Like, part of this is also like, we're going to make what is the new version of this going to be, and how can we tell the story better? And David Mamet is, for all of the weird, like, put that aside. I used to hate modernizing Shakespeare.
Sure.
By which I mean, like, Romeo plus Juliet.
Oh, I liked that film.
By the way, I say this knowing I am in the minority.
Sure.
I just, for whatever reason, I like preferred the Franco Zeffirelli version. Because like, I'd like to see, like, I kind of want to see it in the period. I'd like to see an actual period version of it done in that period. I don't care. I don't care anything else about it. You can cast it gender blind, color blind, like all of that is fine.
Yeah.
But I like the costumes and stuff. It's very, like, those plays were of their time. And I'm kind of interested, like, I don't know anything or very much about that time. I know a lot about the year that Romeo plus Juliet came out because I was alive.
Right.
So it's a weird pet peeve that only I have.
I don't think it's only you. I think there's a number of people.
I don't allow them to have that view. I think it's just me now. I think I have the opposite of a cult where I shut everybody out from my beliefs and ideals.
No one is allowed to think the way I think.
No one can think the way I think. I think different, like an Apple ad.
I am the opposite of that, where it's like I kind of really can only access Shakespeare if it's modernized. Like I kind of find, as a person who's spent their life in the theater, I'm not a Shakespeare fan. I find it really inaccessible.
For sure.
When someone makes it easier, more easily accessible to me by putting Leonardo DiCaprio in it, that's good, because I'm able to understand what they are saying. So
100%.
Oh, wow.
And a great cast too. That whole cast was great.
Wow. I was very much into classical theater. Like, that's what my kind of background started in. And so I love, traditional, period, of course, casting anyway, but like in the costumes and stuff like that. And I find that so fun. And I was initially annoyed by Romeo plus Juliet, but then a later viewing, but I always liked John Leguizamo. I'm going to tell you.
He's great.
I'm going to tell you. He was really, really great. But I found merit in that. Plus the fucking soundtrack slaps.
For sure.
Yeah, look, it's not without merit, for sure.
Yeah.
It's just this is Hal standing on a horse.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember if we were talking about that before the episode started.
We were not. We were talking
not.
about that just as friends.
Anyway, point being, no one will ever know what that may be. If you support us on Patreon, we'll explain that. That's in the very high tier. We'll give you a phone call and explain what that's about.
Yeah, we'll just call you and explain it to you. We'll have a conference call.
Yeah.
I'll tease it and say it's a long story.
Yeah. It just, this particular moment made me think of that. And so I felt the need to express it. But I also, like, I don't like mushrooms. People love mushrooms. I mean, like, what are you going to, no more mushrooms? Yeah, you like mushrooms. Eat your mushrooms.
Yeah, everyone's allowed to have their own opinion. That's why taste is a thing. And that's why a lot of great art is made, is because people come from different places and point of views and like different things. And that's how we create a lot of good stuff as opposed to just some good stuff. That's why there's so much good art in the world, is that everyone has a different point of view.
And everything's not for everyone.
Exactly.
No, for sure. And just because something is good, if something is objectively good, doesn't mean it has to be your favorite. Just because something is objectively bad, it does not mean that it can't be your favorite.
Yeah.
That's right. And I don't forget what else I was going to say. I was thinking about standing on a horse again. Anyway, can we talk about the most important part of this episode?
Fabric?
Yeah.
Joanne. Oh my God. The entrance of Deb, my friend. Deb to the podcast, correct?
I don't know.
Yes. Deb has not appeared.
I haven't appeared before? Okay.
In an episode? I don't think. I think you done. I mean, obviously on stage.
I don't know, but yeah, I guess not. I wasn't. Didn't I do like a Whole Foods ad or something? A couple episodes, in 2014. I think I did. They were trying to write me onto the podcast more because I was doing the live show. So I think I have appeared before.
I don't remember anything in the past.
Oh no, you're. Let's see what it says. I'm looking at the fan wiki.
The wiki, yeah.
Let's see. First heard Old Oak Doors Part A.
Okay.
Oh.
So yeah. It was a released recording. So this is like a recorded. I love that. You are hilarious in this. It's so funny.
Yes.
Thanks. It's hard for me to listen to myself years ago in time, but hey.
Why?
Because sometimes whenever I listen to myself, I'm like pretty critical of that. Mm-hmm. But I think it was fun. I'm not mad at
really
this performance. I felt fine about it. Some of the performances, I thought I was like a little thin on some stuff, but hey.
Yeah, I understand that feeling when you go back and you like listen to something and you're like, ugh, I would have said that differently now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially
right?
the more time you spend with a character and the more time you spend with a voice, you play things very differently the more time you spend in there. So
yes.
But yeah, I thought that was a fun ad to do. Joanne Fabrics and Back to School.
Yeah.
And there was lots of fun. I think Jeffrey wrote this episode and he put a lot of words that are really fun for Deb to say. Like fabric is definitely one of them. And back to school, backpack.
Wait, who's the booming voice?
Probably Joseph.
It's Joseph. It's Joseph's voice modulated.
Joanne Fabrics.
It's a very Twin Peaks moment that like made the hair on the back. Like as much as funny as it was, I thought it was funny, but the Twin Peaks of it and that episode from season 1 with the dream made the hair on the back of my neck stand up a little.
I was screaming, laughing. I thought that was so great.
But the power dynamic of Cecil being lower status to Deb is really, really good. And I feel like that's like you get maybe a little taste of it in the stage show, but not as much of their relationship. I feel like I got a lot of it here. And the power dynamic between the two of them is hilarious.
I think everyone is lower status to Deb.
Well, sure.
Deb certainly sees it that way and certainly acts that way. She does it. It's a human thing. It's that she's just like, it's kind of like how you would talk to a hamster if you're a human, is how Deb talks to humans.
I love it.
Yeah, Deborah.
She's a good one.
Did you do this? You did your lines separately, or did you and Cecil get in a room and do this?
We did them separately, I want to say. Or did we do them together? We might have done them together in his apartment, actually, now that I think about it. I think we might have done this together.
How many takes? What was the process like?
If I'm remembering this correctly, I think we did, we read it, and then we did 2 takes. And I think he might have given me notes, and then we did it again.
Really?
Yeah.
Aw.
Whatever. I'll always take a note from Cecil. He's great. And
yeah, sure.
The thing about getting notes is that you don't always have to take them. But from Cecil, they're usually pretty good.
Yeah. And it's not bad to give that. It's never bad to, I think, give a what if. There's a difference between giving an idea and directing.
Yeah. What if we try it this way? As opposed to can you do it where you don't sound like an asshole?
Yeah.
Those are 2 different directing styles.
Oh, there's nothing worse than when you're doing a voiceover job and you're in the booth and then there's double pane glass and then you can see your director and the engineer, producer, whoever's in the room listening to you and give you direction. And they need to press a button on the talk box so that they can give you direction. Outside of that, you're just watching them talk to one another. So you'll do a take or a series of takes and then they'll talk to each other for however long they're talking to each other. It feels like an hour longer. And you're just waiting to hear well, that was shitty. Can you try it again but not sound like a total asshole? But it's always all right, great. Can we just do one more? And but the longer they talk, discussing a lunch order, and in my head it's always like, well, can we get who was the backup for this?
Yeah.
Who is the other person? Can we are they close by? Can we get them here? No. Well, why would they have? They should have booked out. Never mind. We'll just
So we're stuck with this guy. Okay.
That was great.
Hal.
Can we do one more?
No, I feel that same way when you're like, I am not sure what people think, but I'm. It's great that you guys got that immediate feedback, and I think a lot of us don't get that opportunity because a lot of our work on the podcast is more monologue based, so we don't get the experience of going back and forth like we would in a live stage show, and you're usually recording alone. But how do you think? Because I know you've recorded stuff at your house. How was that experience different for you?
Recording at Cecil's. I think we went out for dinner afterwards. So
See, that's nice.
That was back when Cecil and I used to live around the corner from each other, which was really nice.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was so nice.
Yeah, it was really nice. Those were the times when Cecil was like, I need to move. And I was like, how about you move to my block? We went apartment hunting and like only the radius around my house.
That's amazing.
He still lives there and I don't anymore.
Right. Yeah, he's lived there for a long time.
Yeah, it's a great apartment. It's a fun neighborhood.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Those were the days. Anyway, so Cecil joins the cult, and the bit about the outfit that he's wearing was really funny. I thought it's like more Cecil fashion stuff that comes in, which is great, with like the cat ears and the galoshes, and then he doesn't realize that that's actually just what he wears. So just funny. I thought the delivery of that was good, and
yes,
really, really dry.
That sounds like something I would wear, except the the galoshes would be purple or black. Because the cat ears for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so did anyone else have the thought that maybe the Well of Night cult was like vampires? Because there was like kind of like a vampire and a bat thing that was happening. Because they like drained blood from his neck, and then like a furry bird, which I imagine to be a bat, like took him down to the well.
No, I didn't even think about that. Now whoa.
I think Cecil's a vampire now, guys.
Canon.
Whoa, now that blows my mind.
New canon. Cecil's a vampire.
New canon. Mine canon. He's a vampire. I also like that vampires would watch baseball. I feel like they would, because it's a very long game, and they have nothing. Vampires have nothing but time on their hand. They live forever.
So yeah, let's track that going forward. Let's remember going forward that Cecil might be a vampire.
If you have a furry bird, you might be a vampire. If you
Drink the blood from the neck.
drink blood from a neck and you don't like garlic, you might be a vampire. If you... We should probably move on.
We should please move on. I think that...
All right. Before Count Foxworthy gets back, we're going to take your questions and comments and feedback. But first, we're going to talk about The Weather, which is Children of God by AJJ. What do we think?
AJJ.
AJJ. I really like the song. I kind of really like this band. I'm going to be getting into this band now, I decided from this episode. I really like the song. And I was like, maybe I should get more of their stuff because I really like the song and it's good. It's a vibe that I would like. They are a folk punk band from Phoenix, Arizona. They formed in 2004. Right now, they're currently a 4-piece or a 5-piece. They kind of have like they have a core and then like kind of rotating percussionists that have come through over the years. They used to be perform under the name Andrew Jackson Jihad, and then they decided to not have a racist name, and now they just go by AJJ. And they're a big deal touring band. They've been out on the road for like 5 years, and more than that, they've been out on the road since 2004. And they have lots of albums and they're pretty cool. And I think I'm going to get into them now. They submitted to be The Weather on the show, and then Joseph got into them after they submitted.
Neat.
Have you met them before?
I have not met them before.
Cool.
Well, they sure would like to meet you.
They have a cool website. I liked their website. They also have fun merch, which they had like a face mask that has, they have 2 fun face masks that I liked. There's one with a cat on it, and then there's one that's, you can go check it out. They have a website.
I struggled with this song, but I think that's because there were parts that I was like, okay, I can dig on this. And then other parts I was like, why don't I like this? And then I think I realized it was because of I'm not a huge punk fan.
Right.
But there was parts of it, I'm like, parts of it did resonate with me. And I thought it was like properly chaotic for this episode. And I think that's what it was for me, is that the song itself is a bit chaotic. And I was like, whoa. And it just shook me up a little bit. So that's how I felt about that. But overall, I thought it was interesting and appropriate for the episode. And it challenged me musically. So there.
I did a play in college called the Paper Bag Opera that was like the most experimental theater that I've ever done. And it was a great experience. We all had a really good time. The highlight of the show was a woman. I think it was either a woman who ran out of that or a production of Shoo Shoo, which is happening on the university main stage. A woman ran out shouting, "Too chaotic! Too chaotic!" Which I kind of hope it was my show. I feel like it was. I know at least one person walked out of that because while you're waiting to go into the theater, we all walked out. We had these giant paper bags. Like you had to walk with your hands up, holding it up, and then you could just see your feet. And so we'd walk around, and then we'd walk around among people, and like we were exploring them. And they'd go in and sit down. Then we'd walk around the theater space, leaving little paper bag. Like you would stoop down and then leave a little paper bag when you stood up and walk away.
Like pooping? You were pooping paper bags?
Like giving birth. You're giving birth.
Yeah, right. I'm going to say you're pooping, but go ahead.
You're pooping bags.
Okay.
We were shitting out baby bags everywhere.
Okay.
And it was too chaotic for that one lady. That is a great review. That's a New York Times review right there. That's a headline.
Too chaotic. Too chaotic. Was that your feeling about this song? Or that was my feeling?
That was me interpreting your feeling. But yeah, it's.
I'm the woman screaming too chaotic? Well, yes.
I like my punk to have a little bit more melody to it than that. That's not like my cup of tea, but
I like it when everyone screams at once, I really like that. That's me though. I had a studded belt when I was in college, so.
Oh.
Ooh.
Brag about it. Say more.
Say more.
Say more. No, I won't. I shan't. But I will say that the most punk bread product of all is probably the calzone.
Oh my
goodness,
it's
yes. Pretty chaotic.
Oh, so chaotic.
Cheese and meat and all together inside. It's a chaos, really. A chaos of creation.
It sounds like a punk song that you're writing.
Chaos of creation. Chaos of creation, the calzone. It's a calzone fan zone. Chaos of creation.
Dun-dun-dun.
Stay right there. Good Morning Night Vale will return after a brief break.
Let's make order of the chaos that is the FanZone Calzone. All right? We hear from Rihanna. Rihanna writes, "Hi, amazing folks. Adore this podcast, and I've been waiting to email in about this episode. Well of Night is one of the best examples of a typical weekly monster episode for so many reasons. I love picturing the chanting cultists running up to people and suddenly transforming the people around them into similar eyeless, hairless, chanting cultists with just a slight film skip, like a cheaply filmed commercial. But instead of the transformed holding a fast food burger or wearing trendy new jeans, they are now eyeless, hairless, and chanting." Meg, Deb's Joanne Fabrics ad never fails to crack me up. From admonishing Cecil for being obsessed with fabrics to her startled scream when the creepy Joanne Fabrics shows up. Not to mention, this is one of the best weather transitions in the whole series. Cecil, full of euphoria, runs chanting out of the studio, comes back in to introduce the weather, then runs off again. And then the song, besides being fantastic, fits seamlessly into the mood of the episode. Then the funny and cute anticlimax of Cultist, apparently, just hanging out and being nice people, blood drawing notwithstanding. Thanks for everything you do. Hoping to see you in Milwaukee or Chicago this fall. Oh, Rihanna.
Aww.
Sorry, we won't see you in Milwaukee or Chicago this fall, but hopefully we'll see you again soon in the Midwest of your choice.
2023.
2027.
Oh, Rihanna.
We all get new lungs.
Riri.
Thanks for the new Fenty fashion show, by the way.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We appreciate your music and your patronage.
Next up, we have Erica. Erica writes, "Hi, I hope I'm not too late, but I just wanted to take an opportunity to gush about how much I love the band AJJ, as they now go by, who were the weather in this episode. I just wanted to share, I remember finding out about them being on the show because I saw a small post on their FB at the time and just said, check out the weather in today's Welcome to Night Vale episode. And I was so excited as a fan of both things, and I didn't even realize there was a new episode that day. AJJ's lyrics often bring Night Valian images to mind, specifically stuff about teeth. In the song Terrifier from the album The Bible Too, they say, I witnessed greatness. I kicked its teeth in. More teeth sprouted like the skull of a child. First, okay, I'm going to stop right. Hold on. Have you ever seen the skull of a child? It's terrifying.
Oh, it's terrifying.
Oh my God. Listeners, if you have not seen a X-ray, please look it up.
Don't look.
Yes.
No, don't look.
Yes.
Oh.
Google it.
Oh.
Do it.
No, nice try. I'm not going to Google show me a child's skull. I know what you're trying to do. I'm not going to jail. I'm not going back.
It's an X-ray. It's an X-ray. X-ray of a child's skull. It's it's not like a dead skull. Anyway, it's creepy.
Oh, because you see all the teeth waiting to grow in?
The teeth that are building up like a shark. It's terrifying. All right, continuing with Erica. Also, I don't know if any of Yins are fans of oh my God.
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburghian. I love it. I don't know if any Yins are fans of the band, but with this past February's album release of Good Luck Everybody, it feels like they had some vague foreknowledge of all the garbage of the year, especially since they went from No More Shame, No More Fear, No More Dread in 2016 to No Justice, No Peace, No Hope on GLE. And now I don't suffer from any more bullshit gladly. Even though everything's bullshit now here in 2019, and you bet it's going to be a bunch of bullshit out in sweet 2020. Wow. Foreshadowing. I was at their show here in Pittsburgh, and after they were done playing, they were in the crowd, and a buddy of mine asked him if I could get a pic because I was so nervous. And then Sean and my friend bonded over being in their mid to late 30s and still skateboarding all the time. It was a great night and one of those memories that makes me miss live events so much. Hope you're all well. Thanks for reading my rambling. Erica, Pittsburgh. Erica, we figured it out from the Yins and we loved it. Thanks so much. I am personally not a fan of AJJ, although as we've heard tonight, Meg sure is and is going to be a new fan getting into it. But now I'm gonna give it a go. Since you said all those nice things about this band, they seem like upstanding young people, and I'm excited to explore these oral delights.
It's also really cool when you're a fan of something and you're a fan of something else, and the two of them come together. That's really cool. I think that's fun. I also really like that they titled their album Good Luck Everybody.
True words, never spoken. Kristen writes, please let Hal read this. Thanks. I just watched the live stream of Sandstorm, and I wanted to know how this version fits in the canon. The live stream had several guest appearances, including the earliest appearance of Tomoka Flynn, while the original episode did not. Does the newer version supersede the older one, or, because of the unusual temporal properties of the town of Night Vale, can we consider that both versions happened and are equally valid? If so, then it's one more example of the parallel nature of timelines and causality that we often experience in Night Vale. Also, do you think Steve Carlsberg really did have a government chip implanted in his head, or was that just another of his nonsensical conspiracy theory ramblings? Kristen Kelly. Well, I believe everything that Steve says. I think he's the only one who knows what's going on in town. I believe they implanted a chip in his head, but I think he figured out how to remove it. How do you like that? Or how to fry it. Maybe like put his head near a microwave while he's making mac and cheese.
I thought you were going to say, when you said fry it, like he dropped it in a deep fryer and like ate it.
And then he ate it. Yeah, he was going to roast it, but he was like, this Thanksgiving, I want to do something different. I'm going to take that implanted chip and I'm going to deep fry it. But we're going to put it out in the driveway because I'm scared of fryers.
So in that episode, in the new version of the Sandstorm, I think of it as more of a origin story, a little bit, maybe a prequel to see what Tamika was doing. She was just a normal kid.
Yeah.
Back then, normal in quotation marks. And she talks about things that she's interested in maybe doing, like going to the summer reading program. So I think it could very well have happened, just like many things in Night Vale during episodes. It's like, just because that character's not in an episode doesn't mean that they've ceased to exist. It's just they haven't become who they are yet, or who you see in that moment that Cecil interacts with them.
Yeah, it's more like an expanded view than anything. I don't think anything gets superseded. I think it's just expanded.
Yeah.
It's an expanded view of what was happening in Night Vale at the time, and some characters crossing paths that you didn't know crossed paths until later on.
Agreed.
Like you assumed that their first meeting was later on, but it actually happened.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's just a zoom out. So it's like, you can just see a little bit more of the frame. There's just a little bit more that this episode has provided. So, and you get to see the perspectives of Steve and Dana and Tamika and whatever Deb is up to in that episode. Anyway, thank you all so much for writing in and for sharing what's going on in your world. So I really appreciate getting the emails from y'all. I know that we don't get the chance to read all of them on the air, but know that I do read all of them, even the ones that are really, really long or the ones that are really, really short. I do read all of them, and we wish we could include more of them, but this is what we got. So I just want to thank you guys for contributing to our podcast. I want to thank my co-hosts, Hal and Symphony, for being a really nice part of my week when we get to come together and record. And so we're going to be back in 2 weeks with Triptych. So you can check in with us then. I'm sure that your lives are going to continue between now and then. And I hope that continuation is a good thing. And I hope that things are going positive and you and your families are all well. But until next time, from all of us, good morning, Night Vale. Good morning. Good Morning Night Vale is a Night Vale Presents production. It is hosted by Symphony Sanders, Hal Lublin, and Meg Bashwiner. It is edited by Grant Stewart and mixed by Vincent Cacchione. It is produced by Meg Bashwiner. Theme music by Disparition. Special thanks to our fans who submitted their thoughts this week. Leave us a voicemail at 929-277-2050 or email us at info@goodmorningnightVale.com to share your theories and ask questions, or to wish the wonderful and perfect Symphony Sanders a very happy, very, very happy 40th birthday on October 16th. This show is powered by our patrons like Mike Sutherland, Greg Stovall, M, Ira Tanner, and Kazim Panjwani. If you're interested in supporting the show in exchange for lots of fun, exclusive, insider, hyper cool kid content, like being the filling to our calzone, check us out at patreon.com/goodmorningnightVale. For more info on this show, go to goodmorningnightVale.com and follow us on Facebook and on Twitter at Night Vale Chat. Special thanks to Joella Knapp, Jeffrey Craner, and Joseph Fink. Today's adverb is jealously. I watch all of the voters in Missouri's 1st Congressional District jealously because they have the opportunity to vote for the brilliant and inspiringly dedicated Cori Bush.